Sidney Crosby, a generational talent and the face of the league, was always destined for greatness. But while Crosby was the undeniable first overall pick in the 2005 NHL Draft, what about the 9 players drafted after him in the top 10? Did they live up to the lofty expectations of a top 10 selection in the NHL? In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into the 9 players who were selected after Sid in 2005 to see if they lived up to the hype. Let's dive in. Kicking off the top 10 in 2005, the Vancouver Canucks selected Luc Bourdon, a defenseman whose career and life was unfortunately, tragically cut short. Drafted 10th overall, Bourdon quickly emerged as one of the most promising young defensemen in the game. Before making the jump to the NHL, he was a standout in the QMJHL, where he played for Val d'Or, Moncton, and Cape Breton. Bourdon's smooth skating, strong defensive play, and offensive upside made him a key asset as he posted impressive numbers in the Q, racking up 22 goals and 88 assists in 200 games. He represented Canada at the 2006 and 2007 World Junior Championships, where he helped lead the team to back-to-back gold medals. After being drafted, Bourdon made his NHL debut with the Vancouver Canucks in 2006, playing 9 games before being sent back down to junior. He played 36 games for the Canucks over 2 seasons, showcasing glimpses of his potential in the NHL. He had a steady presence on the blue line and was poised to become a key player for the Canucks' defensive core. Tragically, Bourdon's promising career came to an abrupt end on May 29, 2008, when he tragically passed in a motorcycle accident near his hometown in New Brunswick at just 21 years old. Bourdon is remembered for his immense talent, leadership, and character. He was widely respected by teammates and coaches for his work ethic and his humble, caring nature. While his career was brief, his potential and the impact he had on those around him continue to be celebrated. Tributes from teammates, fans, and the entire hockey community continue to honor his memory, with his legacy living on through the moments he shared with the sport. Next up, Brian Lee, selected 9th overall by the Ottawa Senators in 2005, was expected to become one of the standout defensemen of his class, with many projecting him to make a significant impact at the NHL level. However, despite the high expectations, Lee's career ultimately didn't unfold as anticipated. He began his NHL journey at the University of North Dakota, where he earned recognition for his defensive consistency, leadership, and offensive upside, netting 53 points in 82 games over 2 college seasons. His play at UND made him one of the top defensive prospects in the 2005 draft. After being selected by the Ottawa Senators, Lee made the leap to the professional ranks, but his NHL transition was challenging. In parts of 5 seasons with the Sens, he appeared in 167 NHL games, while spending significant time in the AHL. His most productive year came in 08-09, posting 13 points in 53 games in Ottawa. Solid defensively, but hampered by injuries and stiff competition, Lee was unable to secure a permanent spot in Ottawa's lineup. In 2012, a trade to the Tampa Bay Lightning brought a fresh start, but his career took a devastating turn when he suffered a serious knee injury while playing in the AHL. Prolonged recovery time and lingering effects from the injury derailed his comeback attempts, and despite tryout offers in 2014, he was forced to retire prematurely. Post-retirement, Lee returned to the University of North Dakota to complete his degree and later became the assistant head coach for the Concordia College hockey team. Devin Setoguchi, a talented NHL winger known for his sharp goal-scoring ability and speed, was drafted 8th overall by the San Jose Sharks in the 2005 NHL Draft. His rise through the ranks began in junior hockey with the Saskatoon Blades and Prince George Cougars of the WHL. Setoguchi made his NHL debut in 2007, joining the Sharks, and soon established himself as an important prospect to the team. His breakthrough came in the 2008-09 season, where he exploded for 31 goals and 65 points, earning a reputation as one of the league's emerging young talents. In 2011, Setoguchi was traded to the Minnesota Wild, where he spent 2 seasons. His tenure with the Wild, however, was less consistent, and Setoguchi faced challenges in finding the same level of production that had marked his earlier years with San Jose. Following his time in Minnesota, Setoguchi had short stints with the Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames, and a brief appearance with the Kings. Despite flashes of his old form, his career began to falter due to a combination of injuries and off-ice struggles. Setoguchi's final professional hockey season came in 2018 in Germany, marking the end of a career that had been both promising and tumultuous. Though his time in the league was marked by inconsistency and personal challenges, his goal-scoring talent and speed remain a part of his legacy. Before we move on, how would you redraft the top 10 in 2005? Would these same players still make the cut? Or would a few hidden gems from later picks sneak their way in? Let us know in the comments. Jack Skilly, selected 7th overall by the Chicago Blackhawks in 2005, entered the league with high expectations as a gritty winger known for his speed and physicality. After being drafted, Skilly spent his early years bouncing between the NHL and AHL, working to secure a permanent spot with the Blackhawks. His first full-time NHL role came in the 2010-11 season, where he played a more prominent role with Chicago, contributing as a hard-working, energy-driven forward. Although he showed flashes of his potential, Skilly's offensive production was often limited, and he was primarily known for his tenacity and willingness to battle. In 2011, Skilly was traded to the Florida Panthers, where he spent the next 3 seasons. During his time in Florida, Skilly continued to provide depth and grit to the Panthers lineup, though injuries and inconsistent performance limited his overall impact. After his time at the Panthers, Skilly moved on to the Columbus Blue Jackets, where he played for 2 seasons. While he remained a valuable asset on the team's bottom 6, he never quite found the offensive consistency many had hoped for when he was drafted. Skilly's final professional hockey season came in 2020-21, where he played for Salzburg EC in Austria. From a highly touted draft pick to a player who had to fight for every opportunity in the NHL. Selected 6th overall by Columbus in 2005 was Gilbert Brulé. Brulé was initially viewed as a highly skilled, physically imposing center. His impressive junior career with the Vancouver Giants of the WHL showcased his offensive upside, posting 87 goals, 98 assists for 185 points for the Giants. However, his NHL journey quickly became marred by setbacks. Brulé's rookie year was a disaster as he suffered 2 major injuries that limited him to just 7 games. These injuries would set the tone for much of his early career. In his second season, he struggled to find his footing in the NHL, often relegated to a bottom 6 role, and finished with a disappointing 19 points in 78 games. In 2008, Brulé was traded to the Edmonton Oilers, hoping for a fresh start. He had his most productive season in 2009-10, netting 37 points in 65 games, showcasing the promise he had once displayed in junior. However, his career continued to be hindered by injuries, including recurring concussions and personal battles with depression. These issues ultimately affected his consistency and playing time in the NHL, limiting his career to a handful of seasons before he left the NHL in 2014, having only played 299 NHL games. In 2015, he made a comeback in the KHL, where he rediscovered his game and enjoyed renewed success. His performance overseas brought him back into the international spotlight. In 2018, he represented Canada at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, winning a bronze medal. He continued to play in the KHL, with his last season coming in 2019-20, where he suited up for the Kunlun Red Stars before officially retiring from hockey the next year. Carey Price is widely regarded as one of the greatest goaltenders in NHL history, a player whose talent and poise have defined the position for over a decade. Drafted 5th overall by the Montreal Canadiens in 2005, Price's journey to the NHL was marked by early success. He made an immediate impact in the AHL with the Hamilton Bulldogs, where he won the Calder Cup and was named playoff MVP. Price made his debut with the Canadiens in 2007, and it didn't take long for him to establish himself as one of the league's premier goaltenders. Known for his calm demeanor, exceptional technical ability, and athleticism, Price became the backbone of the Canadiens' defense for years. His consistency and clutch performances were a defining feature of his career. Price's accomplishments include winning the Vezina Trophy in 2015, as well as the Hart, Ted Lindsay, and Jennings Trophy that same year. His dominance in 2015 marked the peak of his career, as he posted a 1.96 goals against average and a .933 save percentage. Price's career continued to be marked by standout moments, including his key role in leading the Canadiens to the 2021 Stanley Cup Final. Although Montreal ultimately fell short of winning the championship, Price's performances in the postseason were a testament to his elite status. However, injuries have taken a toll on Price in recent years. He has not played since the 2021-22 season, with his ability to return to the ice remaining uncertain. Price's contributions to the Canadiens, as well as to the NHL as a whole, have solidified his place in the league's history, and he will forever be remembered as one of the most accomplished and respected players to ever play between the pipes. Benoit Pouliot was an NHL forward known for his combination of size, skating ability, and versatility. Drafted 4th overall by the Minnesota Wild in 2005, Pouliot arrived with high expectations after a standout junior career with the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL. Pouliot made his NHL debut with the Minnesota Wild in 2006, but his career quickly became characterized by inconsistency. He struggled to find a permanent home, bouncing between teams over the course of his career. While his early years in Minnesota showed promise, Pouliot's tenure with the Wild was short-lived, and he was traded to the Montreal Canadiens in 2009. From there, he played for 6 NHL teams in total, including Montreal, Boston, Tampa Bay, the Rangers, Edmonton, and Buffalo, with each stint offering glimpses of his potential, but never quite allowing him to fully break through as a consistent contributor. Pouliot's best seasons came with the Edmonton Oilers, where he enjoyed some of his most productive years. However, despite these flashes of brilliance, Pouliot's consistency often eluded him, and he was never able to secure a long-term, permanent role with any of his teams. Pouliot's time in the NHL came to an end in 2018 after a brief stint with the Buffalo Sabres, with his final season seeing him register just 13 goals and 6 assists in 74 games. Over the course of his career, he finished with 130 goals and 133 assists in 625 games, which, while respectable, didn't fully reflect the promise he had shown as a highly touted prospect and top 5 NHL pick. Jack Johnson, now a respected veteran NHL defenseman, known for his physical style of play and unwavering work ethic, was drafted 3rd overall by the Carolina Hurricanes. Johnson initially chose to play collegiate hockey at the University of Michigan, where he quickly became a standout. Over 2 seasons with the Wolverines, he netted 71 points in 74 games, showcasing his two-way ability and solidifying his status as one of the top young defenseman prospects in the game. In 2006, Johnson's rights were traded to the Los Angeles Kings, and he made his NHL debut in 2007. Over the years, Johnson developed a reputation for his steady, physical play and his ability to log significant minutes on the ice. Throughout his long and distinguished career, he has played for several teams, including the Kings, Blue Jackets, Penguins, Avalanche, and Blackhawks. One of the crowning achievements of Johnson's career came in 2022, when he won his first and only Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. His role as a depth defenseman in the postseason was critical to the team's success, further cementing his legacy as a durable and dependable player. His career has been marked by his durability, having played in over 1,200 NHL games, a testament to his resilience and ability to consistently contribute at the highest level. And at pick number 2, right after Sid, was Bobby Ryan. Ryan was a dynamic and highly skilled NHL forward, known for his scoring touch and remarkable resilience throughout his career. Ryan was a standout player in junior hockey with the OHL's Owen Sound attack, where he recorded an impressive 102 points in 63 games on his final junior season. His success in junior hockey set the stage for a promising NHL career, and Ryan made his debut with the Ducks in 2007, quickly becoming part of a formidable offensive trio alongside Ryan Getzlaf and Corey Perry. The three forwards formed one of the most potent lines in the league, with Ryan's scoring ability being a key component of the Ducks' offense. Ryan's time with Anaheim was marked by consistent production, as he enjoyed 4 consecutive 30-goal seasons from 2008 to 2012. His ability to finish around the net, combined with his creativity and vision, made him a key offensive weapon for the Ducks during some of their best years. However, in 2013, Ryan was traded to the Ottawa Senators, where he continued to be a key contributor. In Ottawa, he experienced some of the most memorable moments of his career, including his standout performance in the 2017 Stanley Cup playoffs. Throughout his career, Ryan faced numerous challenges, particularly with injuries that affected his play and consistency. In addition, Ryan publicly shared his journey through the NHL's Player Assistance Program, addressing personal struggles with a level of vulnerability that endeared him to fans and teammates alike. His perseverance through these difficulties earned him the 2020 Masterton Trophy, awarded to the player who best exemplifies dedication to hockey despite adversity. He finished his NHL career with 261 goals, 308 assists for 569 points in 866 NHL games. His legacy will be remembered not only for his talent, but also for his resilience and character, both of which defined his career. And there you have it. Those are the 9 players drafted after Sidney Crosby in the top 10 of the 2005 NHL Draft. So, how would you redraft the top 10 in 2005? Do these players stay in the top 10, or were there some sleepers outside the top 10 who would sneak in? Let us know in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for more videos.